Eulogy of Complacency, Burying Comfort Zones, Week 1 of EOS.
Welcome to Segment E, Eulogy of Complacency. In a dramatic twist, Dr. Gray here is going to deliver a eulogy for his own complacency. Context: we just finished Week 1 of implementing EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System, in his oral surgery med spa practice. And, let's just say, some old habits did not survive.
I've got a little organ music queued up and everything. This is going to be good.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to pay our respects to our dearly departed complacency.
Snuff. Sniffle. It had a good run, that complacency.
Complacency was a close companion of mine for many years. It kept things comfortable, perhaps too comfortable. But as we implemented EOS this week, we had to bid farewell to a few of complacency's favorite things. We say goodbye to unclear roles and overlapping jobs. In the old days, complacency let us fudge who was truly accountable for what. Multiple people doing the same task, some tasks falling through the cracks, everyone assuming someone else will handle it. This week, we built an accountability chart, and oh boy, that ruffled some feathers. Titles were stripped away, overlaps untangled. It was painful, but now everyone knows their lane. So rest in peace. I thought she was doing it. You will be missed. Not really.
Amen.
We laid to rest resistance to change. Yes, it reared its head early in our EOS meeting. Longtime team members crossed their arms, gave that look that said, here we go, another management fad. But as the week went on, we confronted that resistance head on. Structured meetings, clear agendas, people actually speaking up. Resistance to change stood no chance. We drove a stake through its heart with each honest conversation and each followed through task. Farewell, old friend. You tried to keep us in our comfort zone, but we're breaking out.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
We commemorate the passing of our beloved sacred cows, those untouchable practices we've done forever, without question. In our first EOS meeting, we identified them, and well, we turned them into burgers. Our scheduling template that made no sense, but we've always done it this way, gone. The unwritten rule that our senior assistant runs the show, even when it causes confusion, done. We challenged everything in the name of improvement. Sacred cows, you were revered for so long, but it was time for you to go to pasture.
I'm picturing Chick-fil-A cows now.
Lastly, we bid adieu to aimless meetings. Oh, how complacency loved our weekly meetings that had no agenda, no structure, and accomplished nothing beyond consuming coffee and an hour of life. This week, we ran our first true Level 10 meeting with EOS. Timed agenda, real issue solving, accountability for tasks. It was actually productive. Aimless meetings, you will not be missed. We hope you find purpose in the afterlife.
Such a beautiful service.
Goodbye, complacency. Hello, efficiency. I'm not crying, you're crying.
All right. Enough with the theatrics. But seriously, guys, week 1 of EOS implementation was huge for us. It was not easy. There was definitely tension as we clarified roles and called out issues.
What would you say was the toughest part?
Honestly, the title dynamics and ego stuff. For example, we had to clarify roles between our oral surgery practice and the med spa. There was overlap and a bit of a turf war going on, kind of unknowingly. When we made an accountability chart, it was clear some responsibilities were stepping on each other's toes. We had to have a real talk that it's not about titles or who's boss. It's about each leader owning specific outcomes. That was uncomfortable at first. One of them was like, so, am I still the manager or what? We had to explain, yes, but for these specific functions, and for other functions, you're not, someone else is accountable. It was a blow to the ego, but by the end of the week, they actually felt relieved because now they knew exactly what was expected of them and what wasn't on their plate.
That makes sense. Clear role clarity instead of overlapping and silently resenting each other?
Exactly. Another challenge was just general resistance to change. One of my senior staff basically said on day 1, we've done fine all these years. Why rock the boat? And I had to gently point out that, yes, we're doing okay, but we've been plateaued and, frankly, a bit chaotic behind the scenes. EOS is about tightening the ship. After a few days, even she admitted the more structured approach felt better.
So it sounds like initial pushback, then buy-in once they saw some results?
Precisely. By the end of the week, we had our first real quarterly rocks defined, our 90-day priorities. Everyone knows what they're responsible for this quarter. We had a follow-up meeting with an actual agenda that we zoomed through in 45 minutes, hitting all the key points. and solving 2 departmental issues that had been lingering for months. The team was like, whoa, we actually accomplished stuff and ended early. I was like, yes, folks, structure can be our friend.
It's amazing what a little framework will do.
I'm honestly pumped. I mean, we're only 1 week in, there's a lot of work ahead, but we've got real alignment now. The leadership team is on the same page and problems aren't being swept under the rug. We're calling out issues, even sacred cows, and addressing them. That's a night and day difference from before, when we either ignored problems or danced around them to avoid hurt feelings.
I love it. It's like a breath of fresh air in the practice, even if it started as a bit of a cold shower.
So the eulogy was fitting. You put complacency in the ground, and now you're reborn as efficient gray.
Something like that. Look, bottom line for our listeners, if your practice is feeling stuck or chaotic, don't be afraid to shake things up and implement a system like EOS. It will hurt before it helps. I guarantee that. But on the other side of that discomfort is a team that actually works together and a business that can grow without everyone losing their minds.
And hold a little eulogy for your bad habits if you need to, whatever it takes to move on. That was fun. Okay, before we close, we have one more juicy topic to sink our teeth into. And this one involves actually putting patients to sleep.
Wait, that sounds bad? You mean sedation, right? Please tell me you mean sedation.
Yes, sedation, let's do it.